From a young age, we're always told that staying clean is essential for good health. Showering daily and keeping our body and clothes clean doesn't just protect us from diseases, it leaves us feeling fresh and peaceful. But if I told you there was a man who deliberately chose a life of extreme filth, you probably wouldn't believe me. This man didn't go without bathing for just a few days or a few months, but for 65 whole years. What's even more shocking is that he never regretted this decision. In fact, he genuinely believed that taking a shower would make him sick and that staying dirty was the best thing for his health. Who was this man? Why did he choose such a bizarre lifestyle? And how did his story end? In today's video, we uncover the mind-boggling story of the world's most famous unbathed man.
This is the story of Amou Haji. Amou Haji was from Iran, living in a small village called Dejga. Like most ordinary people, his life was completely normal at one point. However, a series of deeply personal, emotional setbacks in his youth completely altered his mindset and his life forever. Around the age of 20, he made a firm decision to spend the rest of his life in total isolation. Step by step, he distanced himself from his family, his friends, and society as a whole, choosing absolute solitude. But what followed was a choice that would eventually make him world famous. He decided that he would never shower again for the rest of his life. Amou Haji believed that by staying away from water and hygiene, he would remain healthier. According to his logic, bathing was a direct trigger for illness, while dirt acted as a natural shield, keeping him strong and safe. While this mindset sounds completely wild to an average person, Amou Haji lived by this exact belief for his entire life. As time slipped by, he moved away from the village to live in a deserted, open area. At first, he lived right under the open sky. Later, he dug a small hole in the ground and turned it into his permanent shelter.
This pit was his home. Sleeping there, waking up there, and spending his entire existence in that ditch became his daily reality. 1 year passed, then 2, then a decade, and before anyone realized it, several decades went by. Yet, Amou Haji never backed down from his decision. Ultimately, 65 years passed without him taking a single bath. Slowly but surely, rumors of his strange existence began spreading to surrounding regions. Eventually, news outlets caught wind of his story, publishing articles that instantly turned him into a global sensation. People began traveling from far and wide just to catch a glimpse of him in his remote village. By this time, Amou Haji's physical appearance had become utterly extraordinary. Thick layers of dirt, mud, and ash had accumulated on his skin over the decades. From a distance, he hardly resembled a human being. He looked more like a statue sculpted out of rock and clay. But his eccentricities didn't stop at refusing to shower. His diet and daily habits were equally shocking. It was reported that he survived mostly on rotting animal meat, often feeding on roadkill. He did drink water, but it was usually scooped from dirty, rusted oil drums or open containers.
Instead of using scissors or razors to trim his hair and beard, he would simply burn them off using an open flame. Nearly every single aspect of his life was the exact opposite of modern human civilization. Despite all of this, Amou Haji considered himself a genuinely happy man. He often stated that he had no complaints about his life and wanted to live precisely the way he did. Out of sympathy, the local villagers eventually built him a small concrete cinder block hut so he could take shelter during harsh winters and heavy rain. Yet most of the time, he still preferred sitting in his open dirt pit. If anyone ever tried to convince him to take a bath or clean himself, he would get deeply upset. To him, hygiene was an unnecessary burden, while absolute freedom and simplicity were the true sources of joy. Amou Haji frequently said that he felt as free as a bird and was completely content with his world. Whether one agrees with his philosophy or not, one reality remains undeniable. Amou Haji became a legendary, one-of-a-kind figure across the globe, a man who spent 65 years of his life without ever taking a bath, capturing the attention and curiosity of millions around the world through his astonishing way of living.